Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of LaneSide Reviews. As always, I am the bearded beast, Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter, and somewhere in the ethos is old guy Wayne. But, yeah, I don't know. But we're about to go to the lanes with multiple styles to check out some brand new equipment and see how it stacks up. Alright, and we're down on the lanes with our speed dominant / rev challenged player, old guy Wayne Porter.
He's bowling on the high friction house shot.
And we have something, we have something that is going to be a must-have in your bag. This is the new Track CRITERION. Now, we've seen over the last little while, we saw the Theorem, and we've seen the Architect, and balls like that with these crazy new core densities and stuff that have really put Track back on the map as this performance company.
Yeah, and back to their technical thing like they used to be, right?
So now we have something new here in the Criterion. Why don't you tell us about it?
Okay, so it's got the new... Oh, it's got the QR12 solid cover stock with HK22C.
So they've used the HK22C base.
Yeah, and put the QR12 solid additive into it.
Which is like the strongest solid cover stock they've ever made.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the last time we saw that was on the T-Shark.
Yeah.
That was a good ball.
Yeah.
And then they've got this crazy new core here.
The Criterion MD.
And if you look at this thing, I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. I can't decide if it's a face or wings or what it is. It's like a nugget with a triangle thing pointing out and two black flaps. And you'll see it on the video. You just take a good look at it.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But what it does is it allows the Criterion, when you're laying it out, to create much different reactions with layouts. It really maximizes.
What? Layouts don't matter.
That's what I thought. But apparently, because you can see we've gone with what we would call a very weak layout here.
Yes.
Lots of val angle, lots of drill angle. We wanted to push this ball down lane for Wayne because we knew how strong the cover stock was.
Yeah.
And this is almost like a benchmark for him now. Look at this.
He gets to play pretty that was
look at him. Look at him.
He missed inside, but look at the difference. That just held all the way down the oil and still had like enough hook to carry out the 10-pin.
Now this has a diff of 0.52, which is huge. That's 5 inches of flare.
Yeah.
But we actually, in this layout, we saw very little flare, and we saw, super control and length.
Yeah, it's just great performance.
This is crazy.
And it's got 500 to 2,000 skip sand.
Ooh, that's one of our favorites.
Yeah, and that's a standard great one to keep the roll going. And
so right now what we're seeing from Wayne here is we're seeing a controllable benchmarky. He's still been able to move left.
Yeah. But look at it.
But you
it
can
just
see
rolls up and finishes like he missed way right on that one. Still made it up and carried out that 10-pin. That's a deep
carry's
angle.
a carry.
Yeah.
Most of the time, as your speed dominant player, when you get pushed in that far, you get that tap.
Yeah.
You're not carrying.
Yeah.
Here he is throwing it left-handed, quote unquote left-handed, and watch the way it goes through the pins. I like that.
Yeah. It kind of gets there and kind of rolls almost old school towards the back, right? It's not taking off and leaving you the 8s and 8s and 9s.
So here we are with our bonus. As we always say, we use one of these because every company has a ball that's similar to it that you can compare get off the screen. You can compare what you're seeing there and be able to put it to something that you already know.
Yeah.
Look at this. We got about
inside out
5 boards, give or take.
Yeah.
And about the same length, distance, just a little bit more shape.
Yeah. Which, it's a higher end ball, but
asymmetric versus symmetric.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want the extra little bit of motion that we can get out of it. As we always say, the more angle of entry you can get,
the more strikes.
That's right. Carry out that 10-pin like we literally saw.
Yeah. And it's like with this cover too, it's not going to be scared of the heavy oil. You saw him get it in, and it still had motion all the way through the shot. So.
But it didn't roll out when he got it to the friction.
Yeah, exactly.
There's lane level here. You guys can see it again. You can see that where they spin up is about the same place, but the Criterion's just giving him that little bit more motion.
Yeah. See, it's inside, then it gets outside, and then boom, there it goes. Right? It's just overall great shape.
Absolutely. Now then, we're going to move. We've got one more. We got Wayne.
Slow mo. You get it
in regular motion here, so we got to give him another 5 minutes to get off the lanes.
There you go. Do, 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 do.
So, yep, we're looking at a total of 5 boards, almost exact same distance.
Yeah.
I like it. So, but say you're not a speed dominant player, or maybe you just want more motion. Well, here we have scoops, and we've gone with something a little bit stronger to get a little bit more hook out of it.
You can see still, that's my benchmark
Still control.
shot. Yeah. Very
interesting.
Solid, goes down strong.
So we've gone with 90? a little bit less val angle on this one here to get it to start up for you. But we don't need it to be a hook monster.
No. And when we when I used to pay more attention to my numbers, 90 was always a good combination, either one way or the other, right?
So we've seen you strike from your benchmark spot. Yeah. Can we get you to move a little bit deeper?
That was a lot more inside, and still held and still had enough to carry out the 10 pin. A lot of times when I get that little tug in there, it's a flat 10, right?
Now here's something that people don't often talk enough about, and I think it's important. What the definition of a hook monster is versus one that hooks a lot laterally.
Yeah.
A ball like this is not scared of oil because it spins up and it's able to get traction early.
Yes.
Which means it's not generally going to be a ball that you hook the whole lane with.
No, not a lot of motion, like full lane motion.
It's controllable.
Yeah.
It gets through the pins. Funny, I think you said both of those things already.
Yeah, exactly.
Go figure.
Yeah. And that's what they're going for, right? So
we moved you again.
Look at
the
carry. It's just
holy.
Yes, it has dynamic-core, but it's got so much pop. Like when it hits.
That was like a two-hander hit. The pins just exploded.
I think we even made that comment that it sounded different.
Yeah.
When it hit the pins, it was just making entirely different kind of noise and carry.
Now, speaking of senses, we noticed something weird about this ball. All right, so you're about that same area again, and
again
another strike.
Yeah.
This ball, I'm pretty sure was supposed to smell like oranges because it has that HK22C.
Yeah, like the
cover.
citrus.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe if it was just our ball, but it's got that weird spearminty gummy smell. It was so weird. I opened the box to drill it, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. But it was nice.
It was good,
it's very relaxing.
It's like essential oils for your bowling ball.
That one's out wider. Look at that.
But you'll see it stand up, roll through.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that was high, but I still got the carry, so.
That's that dynamic core again. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing. So far, 2 styles, and we've seen 2 different layouts give you guys control for different ways.
Yeah.
Very different motions. Here you are throwing it left-handed. I think that rolled over the 8-pin, 9-pin for the left-handers.
Yeah.
That was a lot of motion. Here we are with the bonus again. We're going to have Captain Scoops here of the future lock in on his target. And as we always say, the bonus is another controllable ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you could get it to shine it up and hook and do stuff, but that's not what it's designed for.
No.
Here we are, the Criterion. Now, I always love putting you on here because your shot's pretty similar every time.
Boom.
Huh.
That was pretty close.
Just a different motion again.
Yeah. That's what I mean. We're talking about an asymmetric ball compared to a symmetric ball.
Yep.
Right?
Now,
it's never bad to have something like this in this case because you never know, right?
But look at this. I mean, that's literally you throwing the same shot almost identically. Within, I think, 2 boards. It was inside 2 boards. It got outside 2 boards.
Yeah.
And it was just a motion difference. Yeah. We'll watch it again here down on the Gene Cam.
The Gene. Yeah.
We're gonna have to sell some advertising space on your calves or something. Oh, maybe we can get like hub or something on there.
On my legs.
On your leg. So here we are with the Criterion. Oh, maybe we can get like Poker Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Either way, Rob's getting emails tomorrow.
That's right. Oh. Yeah, look at that.
You can see that. Yeah.
Look at that.
And look where it finished. Yeah, that was like going right at the 8 pin.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy.
So I'm trying to think here. The archetype was big diff.
Yeah.
The theorems are medium diff.
Yeah.
Both down lane hook balls. This seems to be their multi-purpose controllable benchmark spot.
This is going to be any track fan should be having this, going out, getting this right now.
Hey everybody, Rob Johnson here, and I just wanted to take a second to thank everyone who's already picked up a copy of my book, A Modern Guide to Fit and Arsenal Construction for Two-Handed Bowlers. Now, it really warms my heart, the amount of people who've already contacted me who've read the book with their training plans, their successes, and even their honor scores. And I've been blown away with the quality of conversation I've been having with pro shops and even PBA players on the science of building a proper arsenal based on RG differential, intermediate differential, and layouts. Now, if you've already picked up the book, thank you so much, and congratulations on your future success. And if you haven't, why not? The link's in the description below. And now, back to bowling.
And anybody that's not a track fan should be throwing this.
Just try it.
And becoming a track fan. I mean.
So here I am with it, and I went with a strong layout on it.
Oops.
Well, we went with a weaker layout.
Yeah.
We went with a medium layout. Somebody's got to throw the strong one. And, of course, you got to give it to the guy who's got no ball speed. I really got to rethink these sometime.
Yeah, that's whee.
But I mean, I struck.
Yes, you did. Thank God for Dynamic Core.
I thank God for Dynamic Core. Yeah, for me, I went with something that was. I tried to use the asymmetry to push it down lane a little bit.
Yeah.
Knowing that it would be a little bit more hockey stick shaped. I was going to be based on where my fingers were going in, based on the pin to mass bias that I chose. I knew it was going to be a little stronger in the mid lane.
Oh, that was pretty.
That was very pretty. But you'll notice I'm getting it out, and it's not whipping as soon as it gets out there.
Yeah, it's actually reading and kind of settling in and kind of going a little bit forward and then kind of doing it. It's like...
I call it the classic. It's the 1990s PBA ball motion where it just kind of sails out and goes whee.
Yeah, exactly. But it's got this way more bang.
Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit.
But, I mean, those guys were throwing great games back then, and the technology's changed and the styles have changed so much that if you get a motion... Oh, that was a little more... Maybe not.
Dynamic Core.
If you can get that motion with today's technology, just the scores are going to go high. Like,
well, it was all about when we first got resin.
Yeah.
God, we're that old now, aren't we?
Yeah.
We were there when resin was created.
Yeah, exactly.
It allowed people to open the pocket, to create angle of entry that wasn't possible before.
Yeah.
I mean, there were articles all through the 90s about the pocket of the 90s. It was hitting Brooklyn because you could create such insane entry angle to Brooklyn that you just carried everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Carrying everything?
Where'd I go?
There you go.
Look how deep I am.
Oh, you're just pumping that now.
Yeah.
Just
woo! Well, as a cover stock, I know it's going to grab the lane. I don't worry about it. Normally getting that deep, you need the angle because if you're at 1 or less degree of entry angle, that ball's going to flat 10 a lot.
Yeah.
Unless you have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Conserve energy and a lot of good deflection and maybe some good luck.
Yeah. And this does that for you.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Like, It's just so...
I'm so stupidly deep, though. That's the only thing. I'm like off the reservation, stupidly deep.
Yeah. Are you even on the inside of the ball cap?
So for this one, I think I started...
Just barely.
Yeah. About 50.
Yeah. I was going to say you're sliding back in so you don't hit the ball.
Well, because I keep running into the stupid foul things.
Cap, yeah.
And I keep knocking them sideways. I hit one so bad I ended up walking into the gutter. All right, here I am left-handed. Enough making fun of myself.
There you go.
But you can see, super controlled. Yeah. I like that motion. I wish I could have every ball in my bag. For tournaments, this would be a ball I'd like to have.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's one of those benchmarky ones that I know I can definitely count on. Here I am with my Rattler. And I want you to watch at the end where they go off the lane compared to each other. Because I think we've seen both with you and Wayne that the Criterion was more continuous.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going to say that's probably 10-ish plus boards deeper. Well, I want to see where it comes off I think it was actually earlier in this time, too.
I think so.
Because you can see a very, very defined point of motion. Yeah.
So far out, though. Like, that's a lot of boards to cover. That's a long distance.
That might be too many for me. That's why it might be better for tournaments rather than house.
Yeah.
Because that cover's so strong. We'll watch it here at lane level just before we finish up here. Yeah, I think that's probably... I would have to take the cover up.
To get a little bit more.
Yep. And you can see there my Rattler was struggling. It actually deflected off to the right.
Yeah.
Compared to what we're about to see here with this Criterion. This is just... this is going to be... I mean, Criterion, if you think about it, Criterion movies, they're have-to-haves. They're the best of the best.
Oh, look at that. That was like all 8-pin.
Yeah.
That was so much 8-pin.
Watch it come off the spot down lane
yeah.
again. This is going to be, not just for track fans, but for a lot of people, this is going to be a must-have because you're going to be able to tailor the reaction to your game.
Yeah, and like you said, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You still have a lot to play with. I mean, 500 to 1,000, there's so much potential to tweak it, right?
You can create more motion just by changing surface, but look at how much the layouts really change it as well.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a Criterion for your bag. Just give it the what is the bowling Oscar? The
Walty?
The
Walty?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.